without knowing the real. 8 figures a year, what it cost me to leave.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the El Nino podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. And this is definitely season 2. So I want to thank everybody who supported, who you shared, and I just really appreciate it. We're on season 2. Things are really looking good. We're making new connections, meeting new people. Thank you to everybody in Chicago and to New York, and in Florida and everybody else who supports, Live in the Mix Mondays and stays tuned and shares, the El Nino podcast. So I and we got some good brothers here today, man, to tell their stories, man. I got my brother BA, man, Brandon Avery, and his brother Blake with us today. Yeah.
What's the deal?
Yeah, these some good brothers, man. I met these brothers, man, and like I said, man, when you dealing with me, man, I'm just the kind of person where my friends become family, and I met these brothers, I met BA through my brother, you know what I'm saying, and he's an asset, you know what I mean, to the community, to school, to the family, to everything, and me and his brother Blake got a little bit of history together, you know what I'm saying. That's my man too, you know what I'm saying. And, it's nice to see us be able to be home, man, and do some positive things, man, and get back to a normal life, man. But with no further ado, man, I definitely want to let BA, man, go ahead and introduce himself, let him tell his story.
All right, man. My name is Brandon Avery, better known as BA through the hood. Everybody know me as BA. I'm from the West Side raised me. Southwest made me for the show. So got to keep it that way. We moved around a lot as a kid. My mom was a single mother. She had 4 kids. I'm the oldest of the 4. You know what I'm saying? She as far as being men, you know what I'm saying? So with that, shout out to my mom's on top, man. She harder than a lot of you niggas, but I don't really mean to say
definitely.
That,
Shout out to you,
shout out to moms, baby. I love you.
That's
she the reason why we here today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
no doubt about it,
top,
man.
Bro, so.
Raised village of kids, you know what I'm saying? Not only their own kids, but other kids in the communities, cousins, aunts, uncles, you know what I'm saying? Kids, like, I can't imagine what it's like, to be a woman. Because as men we don't really understand everything that women really go through, you know what I'm saying. It's easy for us, you know what I'm saying, but they go through cycles, they go through pregnancies and all these different things, man. Yeah, emotions and all that type of stuff. So big salute out to all the women, man. We love you, we respect you, we appreciate you, and we definitely standing with you, beside you, in front of you, behind you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Let me shout out the wife too. Got to throw that one in there. She holds down the fort, hold me down. Good support system. So shout out to you, baby. I love you.
Blake, you want to tell me a little bit about yourself? You on deck, baby. You with us, huh?
What's up, good people, man? My name Blake So Hood. My real name Blake, but everybody know me as Blake So Hood. Like bro said, man, we came from the West Side, but Southwest made us, man.
What side of the West Side? I mean, like, what part of the West Side you guys come up at?
And we was over by Wayne State. You know what I mean? We grew up over on Trumbull and Selden a little bit. Yeah. Then we moved to like Joy Road for a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Then we moved to West Warren. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then it was back to Southwest. You feel me? I mean, I don't know, man. I got kicked out the house at 15, so my people in Southwest, that was my friends, man. They mothers just took me in and treated me like a son, showed me the way. Even put clothes on my back, you feel me? So shout out to the Ballesteros and the Gonzaleses.
Man, that's
looking
dope,
out for me.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's love, man. That's what community is about, bro.
Definitely.
It's a lot of love. It's a lot of love through that motherfucker, for real. Yeah.
And I love it with the diversity, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of diversity.
Like, we don't see color, we see community, man. We see people, we see growth, we see love, we see compassion.
I call Southwest a big bag of trail mix, baby. Yeah. We all mixed in.
And there's definitely a few nuts in them.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, man. Coming up as a kid, man, it was hard times, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure that stuff out on my own. Ain't really had no father figure. This is my role model as a father figure, for real. Good looking, bro. Because he just taught us right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? My mom's went to work and did her thing. 4 kids. So big bro was left to do a lot. You feel me?
Yeah.
Then when he got away and tried to do his own thing, I was the next up. You feel me? So, I mean, just trying to keep the family together and make sure everybody's straight. And that's what I learned. Another thing about being in Southwest, man. family is everything. No matter if I do wrong, you still gonna pick me up. You feel me? Yeah. Still gonna make sure I'm straight.
And that's what I was asking your brother during our interview. You know, like what was the difference in, you know, living on the west side, living in the southwest? Like, what was the you know, like the community standards? You know what I'm saying, that changed? You know, how easy was the transition for you guys to be able to come, move to Southwest? You know, learn and live amongst, you know, a whole new culture, different food, different languages, all that kind of stuff.
It was just love there, man. You go on the west side, the east side, and hang with young cats. They want to compete with you. They want to, you know what I'm saying, take something from you. With the people in Southwest, they always wanted to see them. They wanted to go to the next level, but they want to see you go to the next level too. So they support you and, you know what I'm saying, pick you up along the way.
What was it like being the man of the house, bro?
Oh man, it was rough, man. But you know what, man, I had to figure out. You know, for me, you know, just trying to juggle out, you know, not even having somebody to identify myself with as a man, you know what I'm saying, as a black man coming up, not having that real role model. So for me, it was just like, all right, I got to lead the pack, and I got to try to do it the right way on top of making my errors and my way at the same time. So I felt like a lot of that, I had to take the burden for them, you know, for my brothers and sisters, so they wouldn't have to deal with it, you know what I mean? But the transition from the west side to the southwest was pretty cool. You know, west side was cool. We had a lot of love in the neighborhood we was at. We fought a lot, you know what I'm saying? But that's anywhere, growing up and being a man and becoming a young man, you know, them alter egos and that alpha male syndrome. Not everybody got it, but when you're an alpha, you don't even know it, you know what I'm sometimes. So I'm saying. And then with Southwest, it was like, okay, we came to Southwest in middle school. So 6th grade, I feel like from 6th to 8th grade, you know, them years you kind of forming and molding who you're going to be as a person. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be thrown in a diverse community, it was like, damn. But it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't, you know, you had haters, you had people you got along with, but I got a lot of love just because of who I am, you know, bro. I just tried to be authentic, be who I was. You know, I never really liked fake stuff. You know what I'm saying? I speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no pushover. I'm not going to let you get over on me. You know what I'm saying? And that's another great thing I love about being from the hood, west side and southwest, because, you know, it teaches you, you get that good, well, it makes you well-rounded, being around them different type of people. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I always just been a learner, been a thinker, man. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to do more. You know what I'm saying? And as far as, like bro said, as far as the role models, you know what I'm saying, a lot of that came from, you know, watching my mom go through the struggle, but I kind of like took a little bit from different, you know, OGs in the hood, you know what I'm saying, like what they did good, even watch the bad shit, you know, but kind of moment. But a lot of that came from music, you know what I'm saying. I had a real broad upbringing of music, from R&B to rap, you know what I'm saying, to freestyle. You know, my mama from Southwest, so you're going to hear some freestyle.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You know
freestyle is definitely a part of Southwest.
You know what I'm saying? So, just all that, man. It was good upbringing, man. I always been a thinker and just always been somebody who wanted to.
You know, yesterday when we were having our interview, we talked about you know, how the firstborn was kind of like the mistake child. Not to say that we were actually a mistake, but like the first child is the child where your parents make all the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And you know, I talked about, you know, with my mother, you know, she still has so much resentments against my father, and I look just like my father, you know what I mean? And you know, so I dealt with a lot, you know what I'm saying, of emotional turmoil, mental turmoil that my mother had towards my father, and took out on me. And you know, most of our parents, they had kids when they were younger, so you know, all they know how to do is parent according to how they were parented. Right, and like my mom, she had 7 brothers and a sister, so there was like 9 kids. So like nobody got like undivided attention, nobody got like unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might have got skipped over today and tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But you know, the thing is that, you know, the first kids, it's like we got it the hardest, you know what I'm saying? Like we bear burdens that we ain't even aware of, you know what I'm saying? Like it's because I went through a lot of things with my mother that my brothers didn't have to go through, you know. You know what I'm saying? I've always been okay with being crucified or making sacrifices for my family. Definitely. You know what I mean? But, you know, being an older brother too, I could relate just because it comes with a lot of responsibility, bro.
Definitely.
Like we ain't got time to enjoy what we want to enjoy.
Yeah.
Everything is about, you know, you grow up to be a man quick.
Yeah,
you
real
know what I'm
quick.
saying?
Real quick, bro. Like for us, man, my mom didn't let us sit down and do like we played sports, started off baseball and a little stuff like that. But as far as sitting around being lazy and just doing nothing in the hood, we ain't had that opportunity. So you know, it was go shovel snow, go rake grass, go cut grass, go to the grocery store, carry groceries. So she was building that work ethic in us as young men. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm not gonna let you be lazy. And another thing I thank my mom for too. She always told me, I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you. And that was probably the best thing she ever did for me because all them little fairy tale stories and fake Santa Clauses and all that other stuff, you know, all them lies, no, that was out the window. We know mom getting all the credit for Christmas and everything else.
All that, yeah, no doubt.
She put it out there, you know.
I always tell people all the time, I'd rather hear the hard truth than a soft lie.
All day.
You know?
All day. I can take it better.
I can't grow past it if I don't know the truth. You know what
definitely.
I mean? Like, give it to me.
Own experience being thrown in the fire, you know what I'm saying? I kind of work better under pressure. That's how you know.
Bro, I work the best when I'm under pressure, you know?
I make it look easy. I don't do it on purpose, but it just, some people got that ability, you know what I'm saying? But I might not talk about the struggle, but I'm, you know, we dealing with it the same way. We just, everybody process different, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's that.
So what was some of the first Mexican food you guys tried when you guys, or it might have been Puerto Rican food? Like, there's so many. You got Dominicans, Cubans, everything. Like, what was some of the first Latino food that you tried when you guys came to Southwest?
In the black family, like, okay, the tacos is way different than the tacos in Southwest. You know what I'm saying? You eating the authentic, made in front of you, corn, soft shell tortillas, man. You know, one of my favorites is the bro. So I was eating it all. You know what I'm saying? From the tostadas, man, to the flautas. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican rice, baby. You can't go wrong with it. I don't care what dish it is, baby. You can put Puerto Rican rice all day. You know what I'm saying, baby? I need the beans. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the pork in it though, baby. You know. Yeah. I love the food. So that was just like. And then one thing I love about Southwest, they gonna make sure you eat. I don't care who you rolling with. You gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? No matter who house you at. You know what I'm saying? It's even to the point where when I stop eating pork, I have parents about to make me a whole nother dish because they want to make sure I eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's love.
Tell us a little bit about how you reached, you know, that point in your life where you said that you didn't, you know, you were done with pork. You had mentioned about meeting a 5%ers. You know, some brothers that had enlightened you, educated you.
Okay, so you know, we was raised Baptist. Then my mom and them decided to be Mormon for a while. And then we got a little older, got away from church and stuff like that. And in high school, I met my homeboy, Marcus Brown. Shout out to you, homie, and your pops, good bar. You know what I'm saying? We used to kick it with the homie, and we'd go to his dad's house, and his dad was a 5%er. You know what I'm saying? So you felt the energy different anyway. But the thing I learned from the 5%ers, it was just teaching us about self and about your power as a black man. You know what I'm saying? And that you was a God, and that you run this earth, and that you 5% of the population that's conscious. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is conscious. You know what I'm saying? So to learn that in high school, going to a Catholic high school and learning that about myself, it gave me a more sense of purpose. You know, I always knew who I was and what I stood for, but you know, them growing ages, you know what I'm saying? So that was something good to identify with, you know what I'm saying, that helped me to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so,
absolutely.
So
like knowing your history, you know, knowing the history of your people, how they've migrated, everything that they've been through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like when I had went to prison, a lot of them older brothers in there, they wanted to educate me about the Mexicas, the Toltecs, the Olmecs, you know, teaching me. And I'm like, listen, bro, I was in a different mind state. I'm like, you know, in the streets, like, listen, bro, I fly a flag already, bro. Knowing the history ain't gonna get me paid, so I ain't trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't important to me. So eventually they used to have study groups in the day rooms, and eventually I started coming. I had a problem with people forcing things on me.
I'm the same
way. Because when I grew up, bro, I lived, you know, around different families, different religions, and I always felt like nobody took time to understand who I was, what I believed in. Everybody was just trying to indoctrinate me with what they believed. So when I went to prison and they were trying to teach me this, I automatically put up my barriers and was like, no. but I came around on my own. And when I got educated and learning about the Mexicas, the Olmecs, the Toltec, like it gave me a sense of empowerment. I was educated, pride, you know, I was educated, like I knew who I, you know, was, like I could identify with something. You know, a lot of people say, yeah, I'm Mexican, but they can't really break down, you know, what it is to be Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So being a young black man in this world we live in, black or brown, you know what I mean? You know, we gonna get it harder anyway. And then I was the dark-skinned kid, so, you know, I was the butt of all the jokes. So that's what I had to get cold with the jokes. You know what I mean? So all my homies know me as the comeback king, because before you get done, I'm on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for that, too. You know what I'm saying?
Baby, bro, I was telling BA, I was like, man, we grew up blazing. I was like, Mom would blaze us. We'd blaze her, me, my brothers. Like we grew up with thick skin, man. It was a couple people they couldn't hang, man. We talk about your shoes, everything.
For real.
Talk about your mom, your
all
sister.
That,
don't let something,
you know, slide, bro. We
talk about secrets and shit.
For real. You know, it was to the point where, like, if people didn't know you and you and your man's kicking it, they're like, man, dog going in on homie. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know you, so they, you know, then they see you kicking it, and they're like,
man,
okay.
It was guys quit hanging out with us because of the shit.
Damn, bro. Hey, only a strong survive though, so you know.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Because it does teach you how to be how to have thick skin, man.
Yeah, especially in this world, you gotta have it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Yeah. So, you talked about, you know, the people that you had to look up to. You said you looked up to, you know, people in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You got uncles and stuff like that.
Man, I got uncles and shit, you know, but I can't honestly say they weren't really role models because, you know, they was in and out of jail. And I'm not faulting them. They was just young, trying to live their life and find their way. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but at the same time, I was just like, all right, I kind of took what they was doing and I kind of applied it to me, like, all right, this is what I am and not going to be. You know what I'm saying? When I'm this in their position, it's going to be a whole nother situation. And I can honestly say I'm the man of my family. You know what I'm saying? My brother can vouch for that because, you know, people can come to me for a phone call. Hey, bro, what's up? Hey, son, nephew. Hey, I just need to talk to somebody. Hey, can you help me with this? I always try to be somebody to help everybody, you know, to the most I can. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, with role models, it was kind of tough. I just looked up to who I could, you know, in passing or, you know, my little brother's dad, they was there for us and shit. They showed us a lot. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace. You know, we learned what we could, but, you know, other than that, growing up, a lot of my influences came from music. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my mom and them listen to Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Snoop, Dre, all the way to the Dirty South, to Master P, to Mary J. Blige, R&B. Like, so you name it, like I said, freestyle, all that, man. That was just, and listening, you know, back then, them core rappers was dropping them gems in the rap. You know what I'm saying? So you had something to believe in and hold on to and look forward to when you got in that position. So, you know, I'm thankful for music and my mom and them for the music they was playing because it definitely influenced you. You know
so you talked about how you transitioned from school on the west side, then you started going to Cesar Chavez.
Yeah,
and you said it was very different because you're like, you know, where you were at, you know, it's the majority is black population, right? Yeah. And then when you come here, it's like, dang, I live amongst all.
Yeah, now the Mexicans and the Puerto Rican kids is the majority, and you know, so it was a good little transition. Like that first year was like half of the year was cool. I think they all threw us in this little melting pot and was trying to get us to. There was kids coming from everywhere at that school.
Was you learning Spanish?
I learned a little bit. I had to learn a little Spanish because, you know, a couple of them little cats was talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And I had to, you know, learn how to finesse my way through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know, it's the Bible at the end of the day. So, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. I know a little Spanish. You know, mi habla español poquito. You know, a little something, but you know. You know, baby. Other than that,
you
man,
know what a flauta is.
I know what a flauta is, baby. We're gonna talk about that food. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, it was cool, man.
And you was athletic as well.
Yeah. We was always athletic, man.
Stuff like that.
You know, I started out competing with my brother, my cousins. You know, we all played little Pal League baseball. I think Detroit at the time was what the name of the league was. So we've been playing baseball since we was like first, second grade. You know what I'm saying? And then we would play pickup football with the older cats in the hood, you know, so we was always playing with the older kids, so that helped make your game a little better. So when you get to playing people your age, you kind of advance, you know what I'm saying?
Then you talked about when you came to CCA, you started playing soccer.
Yeah, played a little soccer.
Yep,
you know, because you're going to learn. You know, we used to go at it with the Mexican kids, like we want to play football. Some of them play football, but they want to play soccer. So we used to fight sometimes because the soccer game running through the football game. But, after a while, we all kind of like learn to accept each other. Like, all right, they playing soccer. This is one spot. We all got to get along. So one day we'll play soccer. One day we'll play football. Like, it was so crazy. We'd get to school a half hour early before school started just to play football, bro. Like, that's how much we loved it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We would get to school early. You coming in the first hour sweating and shit. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Blake? Was you involved in sports?
Yeah, I was definitely involved in sports, man.
What kind of sports did you play?
I played football, basketball, ran track, baseball, and mostly, man, my sports came from Holy Redeemer, if y'all believe it or not, man.
Okay.
Shit, bro was going there already, so then when you know what I'm saying, moms was like, you gotta stop getting in trouble. So you gotta play some sports.
What was it like going to school in Holy Redeemer, bro?
It was fun because it was like you already athletic. You got the little girls and shit jockeying, you know what I'm saying?
Woo!
It was competition because you had so many people that was trying to be great at football and sports and shit.
Okay.
And shit, bro, and Martez and them, they was the top tier. So I was up under them, so I was trying to be the best like them. You feel me? Infamous number 99, 8th grade, man.
I was asking your brother, with Catholicism, because I'm assuming going to Holy Redeemer, the religion has some part in going to school there. So
you had to go to, what was that? Communion?
No,
mass. Yeah, you had to go to mass.
Oh, you had to go to mass, okay. So what was it like? Because you guys weren't raised as Catholic, you know what I'm saying? So how was that transition and
it was different from going, you know what I mean, from you know what I'm saying, going from baptism to Mormon to learning the Catholic religion, because, you know what I'm saying, everybody pray to this rosary, everybody get on their knees and pray at the pew, you feel me? So that was kind of different. And
what about the cracker and the wine and all that?
I ain't take it, bro.
You
Like
didn't?
I wasn't Catholic, so I felt like I ain't accepted because I was but I learned it, I respected it. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm always been wanting to learn. I'd rather learn about your religion versus putting my guard up first. Let me hear what you got to say, and then let me take what I take from there. You know what I'm saying?
Man, when I was a kid, I couldn't wait for them to come and give me a little drink of something, a cracker. They sure came around with that tray a couple times. You know, make sure you drop your little offering. Let me get my little juice and crackers.
Get mine.
Can you give us a little bit, because I don't know exactly about the Mormons and the Baptists, just a quick little.
So Baptist is pretty much like your church. Christianity was like Baptist was like pretty much your traditional black church. Like when you was raised, you kind of, when we was little, we had Baptist church, so we went to church here and there and shit stuff like that. Then, as we got a little older, probably around 11, 12, my auntie was converted to Mormon, and then my mom started going to Mormon church. Then we started going to Mormon church. That was real different, man, because they whole way of thinking and how they move and preach their sermons was different. Then they had a whole nother book on top of the Bible called the Book of Mormon. So you had to learn from that. I'm like, man, this was crazy. It was kind of cool, but as you getting older, you finding out who you was. And I learned, I wasn't really identifying with that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what I learned as I got older is us as some people, not all of us, but I know, my ancestors were spiritual beings. They weren't really religious. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was like you said with the history, that's what I learned. And that's something that really touched my soul. You know what I'm saying? So with that whole transition into Catholic school, it was different, man. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't try to resist it because I'm like, all right, this is where I go to school at. And I made the choice to go to school there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And you was a star athlete.
Yeah, and they helping pay for the tuition. You know what I'm saying? My mama ain't have to pay all that money that other kids was paying. So I'm like, man, I'm going to make the best of this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the coaches showed love. They made sure we had little summer jobs. Especially if you was sweet, you know what I'm saying? They made sure you was good, stayed out of trouble. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From the cleats to the visors, gloves, everything you needed. They kept me with a job, even put a little money in my pocket here and there. You know what I'm saying? And just kept us out of trouble, tried to make sure we stayed on that right path. You know what I'm saying? So.
And was that motivating? Did it work?
Definitely work. You know what I'm saying? And,
and then with you, you have to be an example for your brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
Definitely.
So it's just a lot of responsibility, bro.
Yeah, it was. And, I came in, it was a small high school, so, it didn't take long for me to become popular. Then you playing sports, so you going to get the attention and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I came in freshman year with the girlies on me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang,
they like that dark chocolate, they like dark chocolate.
Yeah, definitely, man. So,
chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. So it was cool, man, And then dating different women and different cultures, you learn different things, you know what I'm saying? And they learning about you. So, you know what I'm saying? I always been open-minded, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
So what was it like, you know, when you have friends and stuff like that, you know, going to their houses and, you know, eating and, you know, all that kind of stuff?
Man, it was cool. You know, what I learned when I came to Southwest is we all really was the same. You know what I'm saying? We just came from different backgrounds and different ethnicities. So with that, you know what I'm saying, you'll go to your Mexican homeboy house, and you might have to go to church on Sunday if you spent the night Saturday.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just out of respect for their family. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it wasn't a problem, you know, or vice versa. You know, they want to make sure you was good. They asking about your family and making sure everybody good. And, you know, it was just that welcoming feeling to Southwest. You know what I'm saying? That family bond. You know what I'm saying?
They believe in hospitality.
Hospitality
sure,
to the T,
man.
bro. So it was like, damn, that's great.
And
you know
one thing for sure, they're gonna make sure you eat, man.
You're gonna eat regardless, baby. You ain't, you know. So that's love, man. It was a great experience, I think, and it helped me as a young man transition into adulthood because now I'm able to talk to anybody from any culture, any language, any you know, I don't care what your skin color is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even here to judge you, but I'm basing everything off the conversation we having. You know what I'm saying? That character, that realness. You know what I'm saying? You get a feel for that. You know what I'm saying?
So did you and your brothers always get along? You had what, three brothers?
Man.
3 or 4?
So out of all my mom's got 4 kids. I'm the oldest of the 4. My dad got 6.
Okay.
You know, he's got me and my brother, and then 4 other kids. But I wasn't really raised with them, and we wasn't never really close. You know what I'm saying? We met them more like when we got a little older. You know what I'm saying? But in my house, I was me, my brother, my little brother Darnell, and my little sister. You know what I'm saying? And me and my brothers used to fight all day.
So you guys had a sister too?
Yeah, I got a little sister.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, and you know,
yeah,
we used to fight like crazy. Her and my mom hid the fact that she was had a boyfriend since she was like 16 because I didn't play that, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, it ain't going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was that, bro. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, she grew up to be who she is, and she's still a great person. Turned out good. You know, we all turned out to be great, you know, through trial and tribulation, but we all still here to talk about it and give our story. So, just being that big brother and being that big cousin, you know, I had to have that mindset of, hey, it's not just me.
Were you close to your cousins and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. We was all like this.
Okay.
We all went to school together. We grew up together. We was in the same house sometimes growing up. So that bondness too, that was dope. You know, I love that. You know, them was all my first best friends.
I know. I grew up really close to all my cousins.
Yeah.
I got 7 uncles, and all my uncles got at least 3 to 5 kids.
Yeah, so you already know.
So like we had a whole tribe. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere, every corner I've been, I'm at somebody's house. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Yeah, family is everything, man.
You know, it's cool how we started. You know, I when we got together this past summer, and you know, we were playing softball. I just it took me to a better time and place in my life when I was younger because, like the Romero family, like every Sunday, bro, like you talk about these traditions.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to. There's about 700 of them. You hear me? Yeah. But you know, it just, when I was younger, we always used to go to Patton Park every Sunday, and that's where we would spend the whole day, all the family and all the friends, you know, barbecuing, the ladies, the kids, everybody. Like, I remember that was something that really kept us connected, you know, and when I was in the joint, I loved playing softball. Like, it's just been a part of my life, you know. So when I came home, I'm like, bro, man, like, you know, let's get together. Let's put some people together, man, and let's reconnect. You know what I'm saying? Our family, our friends, because when I came home, bro, it just seemed like everybody was so disconnected. It was like every man for himself. Like everybody was in their own world. Everybody was too busy for each other. And like they say, you see Facebook and you see all these memes, people talking about, you know, I live around the block where you never visit me until I'm dead. Now you want to come to my funeral. And it's true, though. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I always tell myself, I never want to live with regret, man. Definitely. So every time I see family, friends, everybody, I show them love. I tell them I love them. You know what I'm saying? And I try to engage in any type of activities, family engagement, anything. You know what I'm saying? To stay connected, man. Because at the end of the day, man, God's first, God's first commandments was to be fruitful and to multiply.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And, family's always been important to me, man. Everything that I've ever did, whether it was right or wrong, I always did it for my family.
Yeah, definitely. Off top, man.
Yeah. So, did you guys ever have to box it out or anything, huh?
With my brother?
Yeah.
That's how we learned how to fight, man. Yeah. Spots, you know, we had them days, man. It got to the point where shit, it was 2-on-1, me against these two. And I still got him, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, my mom used to tell us, you know, you got to stop fighting your brothers because y'all going to need each other one day. So, you know, we kind of grew over, got out of that stage and, you know, even if we fought, bro, we still was together. We still rocking back together 10 minutes later because it's your brother, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny how you used to tell me, like, your mom used to just be like, man, you got to go out there, you got to scrap. You know
Mom ain't
you got to
play
go
that.
fight. And I'm like, damn, my mom used to tell me the same shit, but she never taught me how to fight. So I was going out there and getting my ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I'm sitting there fighting and ain't nobody cheering for me.
Man.
I said, oh, Lord.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, moms ain't play that. She said, you get in a fight, you better win because I'm going to beat your ass when you get home. So you better make it worth it. You know, so shout out to moms again, man. You know, just them hardcore, valuable lessons. Man.
And that's
you know
another thing, man, is that, you know, people don't understand about women and especially single mothers is that, you know, they have to play the father role. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to teach you from a woman's perspective, the sensitivity, the nurturing and all that. Right. But on top of that, they got to show you how to use your nuts too. You know what I'm saying? How to be a man of your word, how to stand firm. You know what I mean? And you know, that's really important, you know. And like I had said before, I had a conversation with some brothers from the Nation of Islam, and they was like, it ain't no way that a woman could raise a boy to be a man. And I was like, well, the difference is my mother didn't raise me to be a good man. She raised me to be a good person. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes a big difference. Yeah. But we're going to go to an intermission right now. We'll definitely be back to catch up with BA and Blake, man. All right. Thank you for staying tuned.
For sure.
Yo, Tito el Bambino, Live Music. No hay pa' nadie, pa.
Déjala caer.
Duro.
Sola va a caer. Cuando sienta el boom de este perreo intenso, túmbame el guille y calma. Que estás en falda y se te ve todo. Mi combo te lo
Season 2, real everyday people, right here at the El Nino podcast. Share it up, people. ¡Huepa!
Cuando siente el boom de este perreo intenso, túmbame el guille y calma. Estás en falda y se te ve todo. Mi combo cuando siente el boom de este perreo intenso, túmbame el guille y calma. Estás en falda y se te ve todo. Mi combo se unió el bambino con el más suelto y
ahora quiere volver. ¿Por qué razón? Dime para qué. Ya no te presto atención. Desde hace tiempo le puse punto final. ¿Qué pretendes tú llamándome ahora? Esa actitud
We here,
la
live from Lit Music Entertainment Studios. Real everyday people.
Pero esta vez paras de llamar. Al menos que me lo quieras mamar, que quieras prender, que quieras quemar. Hablando claro, ya tú me callaste mal. Por ti me metí pa' ti y me fui de ver por la mal. Pero tú no eres una Kardashian, contigo no me tiro, porque si no la retro se me embachan. De noche te borré, de Facebook te borré, de Instagram te borré, de mi vida te borré. Y ahora quieres volver, nada con lo que quieres joder. Pero no se va a poder, me vas a ver con otro y te va.
Te estás soltando, como me está gustando más. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, me está gustando como tú me estás tentando más. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, tócate el pelo y enseñale todo lo que es bailar más. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, que esa falda está bien corta y tu camisa súper escotada. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, dame un feeling, pa' seguir bien chilly, bailando toda la noche y seguir de rolling. Dele agua pa' que baje la X y pa' tocar la nota, 8 de
¡Guapa!
deja ese corte chavarra y dale con todo tu social pa' la barra que después de 4 palos y 2 cupes de champaña todo el mundo saca al aire la mala media zorra. A mí tú no me engañas, tú te tomas que la mujer araña. Dicen que eres loca con la cabaña y que a la hora de Julián te gustan las cosas extrañas. Soltando como me está gustando más. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, me está gustando como tú me estás tentando más. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, tócate el pelo y enseñale todo lo que es bailar más. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, que esa falda está bien corta y tu camisa súper escotada. Suéltate más, mami, suéltate más, mami. Leona, ya llegó tu dato, Sata, ya llegó tu saco, Dali, ya llegó tu papi, suéltate mami. Leona, ya llegó tu dato, Sata, tu saco, Dali, tu papi, suéltate mami. Suelta mami, suelta, móntala. Leona, llegó tu dato, suelta mami, suelta.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the El Nino podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. I want to thank everybody for staying tuned. Before we get going, I want to definitely send a big shout out to my baby brother at LA Landscaping LLC. The season's coming up, man. So, look him up, check him out, and he'll definitely take care of you, man. He's a professional, and he takes pride in his work. Also, big shout out to my boy Jose Rivera, Detroit Forever, over there at 5721 Michigan and 51st. Go get your Detroit Forever gear. Big shout out to Hurricane Radio. Big shout out to Lit Music Entertainment. My dog Jose Del Valle, Detroit DJ Dan, DJ Pup. Everybody's in the house. We doing our thing. We moving forward. And, we back at it with my man BA, man. Brandon Avery, man. This good brother. Him and his brother Blake. So before we left, we talked about, where you grew up, how you grew up, by a single mother, you know what I'm saying? You being the oldest. We had so much in common that we could relate through our interview and conversation just because, it put us in a leadership role, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and, it taught us so many life skills and survival skills and things like that. So we've talked about your childhood. We talked about your adolescence. Now let's get to the grown man stuff. You know what I'm saying? So how old were you when you had your first kid?
I was 25 when I had my first son, but a couple years before that, back in 08, we had a miscarriage, you know what I mean? So, shout out to my wife, you know what I'm saying? One thing I can say from that experience, just to shed some light on it, a lot of people don't understand with miscarriages, 50% of women lose their first child, you know what I'm saying? It's just how it goes, you know what I'm saying? So that was a little rough time. We was both young at a different space in life, so that was a little rough, but so just think about that, men. And, family members too, if somebody has a miscarriage, be there for them and give them that support just to build, they need that confidence to be built back up and just somebody just a shoulder to lean on and somebody to talk to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because, sometimes relationships end over something
over miscarriages
like that,
or something like
over
that,
a miscarriage. And, it's something that's out of their control. That's why they always talk about in the early stages that the women need to be relaxing, steady, because, it's so, delicate at that point in time. And like you said, so many women go through it. And, a lot of times men are so insensitive and just unconscious to the process that women had to go through with that. Like they don't understand, even the same thing, with abortion. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what it is, we ain't never here to judge nobody, but at the end of the day, it's real, so for a woman to have to live with that, you know what I'm saying, or be forced by a man to have to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that creates a lot of trauma, you know what I mean? And the value of people, and how they see themselves, it makes a hell of an impact. But I'm glad that you guys were able to stick together and make it through that. So, where did you guys meet? You and your lady?
I met my old lady in middle school. I knew her. You know what I'm saying? Just in passing and stuff like that. But then we started talking as I got a little older, got cool, and then we started really kicking it. So we started rocking and living together and that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we had our first child.
And your lady, she's Latina, right?
Yeah, she's Cuban and Mexican.
Cuban and Mexican.
Yeah. Okay. So we had my first child I was 25. She was 21. You know what I'm saying? So that was a crazy time in my life because, I was just living. You just living, trying to make the best of day-by-day situations. And, I was working and doing my thing. And I had actually started coaching. You know what I'm saying? I started coaching high school football out in Michigan Collegiate, MC, 13 Mile and Ryan. Shout out to them boys out there. I started coaching football and track. You know what I'm saying? So that was a cool time. And as the time I'm coaching, she was pregnant, you know what I mean? So I took it real serious, because coaching was something I always wanted to do. And with coaching, I remember them coaches who had an influence on me. You know what I'm saying? Coach Fredo, Johnny, all them boys, shout out to y'all. Like I said, they looked out for us and gave us that foundation and that structure. And I remember what it did for me as a young man. I don't know what I would be out without the game of football, basketball, any of that, organized sports. Because it just teach you leadership and how to move and how to conduct yourself and come together as a team for the common goal, you know what I'm saying? So
and the discipline, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And what I like about it, it teaches you how to be strategic in life. It teaches you how to be a critical thinker. It teaches you how to be skillful. And like to me, like I never played like organized sports, but even in the streets, like it was about learning how to be able to hold your own independently, how to push the ball, you know what I'm saying? Because you play one-on-one with your people, two-on-two sometimes, but you also learn how to be a team player. Right, what I'm saying? You learn how to be flexible. You learn how to compromise. You know what I'm saying? You know how to be able to work with your team. Right.
So back to childbirth. When my son was born, man, it was one of the greatest feelings in the world, man. I don't know. A lot of real fathers can relate, but man, when I seen little dude come out of there, man, it was just a tear fell. I ain't even feel it coming. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, damn. And that's when it, leading up to that, I knew it was real. But, when you see that kid come out and you see a woman give birth, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? And that really changed me.
Cut the umbilical cord.
Yeah, all that, man. I did all that, bro. My wife, gave birth to two of my boys. You know what I'm saying? So I seen them both, C-section and through the canal. So that's crazy. Shout out to the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all are strong individuals.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Imagine up there to put your baby out our ass and stuff. It ain't gonna work out for us.
Just thinking about it. But listen, so coaching showed me a lot, and then also just being the oldest, being a big brother, being the oldest son, and I was already had them things I went through. You know what I'm saying? So it was already shaping me to mold me to be a father, and I always knew when it was my turn to be a father, I wasn't gonna turn that down for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the greatest titles I ever had. Is dad. You know what I'm saying?
That, boy.
Real man. But I took pride in that. You know what I'm saying? And I made sure I was there for my kid, whether I was broke, rich, up or down. I'm there for him. You know what I'm saying? And my wife and her family can attest to that.
Boy,
man, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And I always wanted to change the narrative because they said, they said we weren't gonna make it to 21. They said we weren't gonna make it to 25. They said we was deadbeat dads. My generation done changed all that. Salute to all my guys, friends, family, everybody I surround myself with because I'm only around real people who do real things and take care of their situation. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. When you're back against the wall, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's ugly situation or not, you're going to do what you got to do to make sure them kids eat. You know what I'm saying? And your family taken care of. So, and just remembering all the morals and values my mom instilled in me when I was a little boy and growing up, you know what I'm saying? It was all clicking. It was my time. You know what I'm saying? So that fatherhood was one of the best things that ever happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it just it just helped me steer where I needed to go in life. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just about me no more. So I got a little person depending on me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just to see your kid look up at you, it's like, man, bro, it's like that's one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Man, listen, the first time I think I had ever met you, I went with my brother, my nephew. We went to the football game, and I seen you and my brothers. You guys are coaching the kids, and I just, man, it was so admirable, man. You know, I was so humbled by it. I was so proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I lost the privilege of being able to raise my kids. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm even you know at where I'm at today with them, I'm still trying to close the gap. You know what I mean? But honestly, I do feel inadequate as a dad just because I never really got to raise my kids. Like I said, when they would come visit me, you know, their interests were not of mine. They were of somebody else's. Their ideas, their favorite colors, their favorite things, they were not of mine. These are things that they learned from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's my fault. You know, but I'm still trying to right my wrongs and repair that. But it just is so admirable to me. Like, I salute you. I salute my brother and everybody who's like you, who take care of their business with the kids. You know what I'm saying? And you know, even though, like, you know, I'm not connected with my sons right now, but I'm never gonna give that up because you know, I pray that they gonna come my way, you know, eventually, man. But you know, God blessed me with a good job being a youth mentor. And I'm like, shit, God gave me 100 kids to grade, you know what I'm saying? And I'm responsible for them and teaching them the right things, you know? Because like I was telling you, you know, a part of me was like grateful that I didn't get a chance to raise my kids because I would have raised them according to who I was back then. You know what I'm saying? And who I was back then, I wasn't right. And I would have just passed on a vicious cycle back down to them, you know what I mean? So, you know, I thank God for the journey in general just because it taught me so much. You know what I'm saying? I've learned so much and I'm grateful to be where I'm at today and sitting here with brothers like you guys, you know, taking care of your business. So you said you was, how was it, you know, coaching the team over there? The football
man, it was
team?
dope, man. You know, I was 25. I was in the best shape of my life. So it was, I'm the only coach who showed up with cleats on. They looking at me crazy, like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm running the routes. I'm running with them. You know what I'm saying? So when you get out, I remember the coaches I had, the coaches that get in there with you, you know what I'm saying? You got more respect for them because they like, oh, damn, dog getting in here with us. He's showing us the fight. He's smacking us with the little thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was just making you better. So I felt like I wanted to bring that same experience to the coaching round. So, you know, I started with the JV team, helped out on the varsity, you know what I'm saying? And then I got to see a lot of us and them kids, you know what I'm saying, when we was in high school, and it was just a blessing to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, these little dudes is cold. And like 10 of the kids went to college my first year. We had 31 schools come through recruiting kids and shit that year. It was a dope year. You know what I'm saying? We had one kid go to the NFL, T.O. Redding, you know, check out young dog.
For real?
Yeah, we had a lot of kids go to college, like a lot of great talent. And then I can still look back and see a lot of them kids doing great things to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all grew up to be great young men. You know, some of them went their way, but for the most part, man, them dudes turned out to be all right. And I remember when I was coaching, a lot of them kids used to tell me, like, yo, Coach B, you one of the realest coaches we got. I'm like, man, listen, I got to give it to you how it was given to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, man, it's a great feeling, man.
Listen, these kids are smart. Children are smart, bro. My little nephew, man. Shout out to my cousin, my little nephew Damien and Maya and Sergio.
Yeah.
But this guy, he's smart as a whip, boy. I mean, he's like a little grown man. You hear me? He's smart. He listen and pay attention. He say something slick to you.
Slick.
He know how to manipulate you. He know how to do all kinds of stuff. I said, damn,
you better watch him. That boy,
but I said these kids are sharp as a whip, man.
For real, they are, bro.
They know what's real and what ain't real.
And you better keep it real with them kids. They gonna call you out on it. Damn, I remember you said this. Damn,
man, my brother told me he went and got his hair cut and dog didn't do it right. And he was like, man, I ain't feeling this shit. I said, damn.
Your son told you that?
He told dog to cut his hair, man. I ain't feeling this shit. He learned how to be assertive, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of kids, they don't learn how to be assertive and speak on themselves. So it's good that they learn how to be able to express themselves in an appropriate manner, you know?
Definitely, man. That's one thing I did with my kids too. When they was little babies, I used to talk to them regular like they was adults. And, you know, my wife's family, and they used to be like, why are you talking to him like he a grown man? I said, because he shouldn't have to learn two languages when he get older, Goo Gaga and English. You know what I'm saying? So that's how my mom was. She was very thorough on them pronunciations and them words. So that's why I speak the way I speak. You know what I'm saying?
You learn how to
articulate yourself in a different way, then people ain't got no choice but to respect you. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't like you, they got to respect how you moving. You know what I'm saying? So...
and it's crazy because like when I was in prison, I used to like, you know, hang out with the brothers in the circles and stuff like that, and especially the younger crowd. And you know, you could see potential, you could see growth in people. You know what I'm saying? So I used to pick a guy out and take a walk with him.
Yeah, just
and
all
I'm
that.
talking about this guy is intelligent, he's educated, you know, he knows how to articulate himself, but a lot of times they dumb themselves down just to be accepted socially.
Yeah,
you know what
that
I'm
shit
saying?
whack.
Like, you know, they were raised with manners and all that, but when they with the homies, they want to dumb themselves down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you know, why would you do that to yourself, bro? If you got to do that to yourself, you need to find some new friends, you know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Because who you are is okay. You know what I'm saying? And who you are and the way and your living standards and moral system is probably better than the people who you're around.
Right, definitely.
You know?
Yeah, you're right about that one, bro.
Yeah. So you know, you're in a mixed relationship because your wife is a Latina. So like with your kids, like, do they get the balance? Do they get to know what it's like to be African American, to be Cuban, to be Mexican?
Yeah, I'm big on that. Like, I want them to, you know, understand all that stuff about being African American, being Cuban, and being Mexican. I teach my kids about all three and other races and stuff like that, but mainly ours first. You know what I'm saying? Because they need to have something to identify with. Because I remember having friends who was mixed, and sometimes they didn't feel accepted. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get accepted by the black side how they did by the white side, or vice versa. So being in an interracial relationship, you know, it wasn't really a problem for me because I guess I came up in Southwest Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of the norm. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing. You know, I dated all kind of women: black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Cuban, Dominican, everything. So it was like, at the end of the day, it's all about this right here. You know, your heart, who you are as a person. So that's what I'm judging you off of, and who you are when I'm, you know, face value and stuff like that. So,
but we understand everybody don't think like
everybody.
Everybody ain't as accepted, ain't as friendly. So that's why I just asked, because you know, when I came home, like, there was so much mixed interracial relationships, kids, and I thought it was beautiful because I was like, damn, that eliminates racism. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'm like, you know, because you have to be proud of everything that you are, you know, what you made of. And then, you know, and they always say people who speak multiple language are, you know, have higher IQs, have intelligence, you know, and stuff like that. So I think that, you know, all around it's just an asset, you know, to a community, to a household, to school, to all that kind of stuff,
definitely.
man.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the ways to look at it, man.
Okay,
you know.
So who got you into coaching? Was this something that you wanted to do? Because you did go to college, right?
I went to Henry Ford for like a year and a half, sports medicine. It was cool, but just having that entrepreneurial mindset, you know, man, you kind of, it's kind of like you fighting yourself, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, this shit cool, and I get where it could take me, but this ain't where I want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool, and I get it. School is for some people, trades is for other people, entrepreneur for you. So you kind of got to, like, find your way. But one thing I will say to the youth coming up and about to be in these positions, give yourself more than one option. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you build yourself up for this one thing your whole life, and you get there and it ain't what you thought it was. Now you looking like, damn, I done spent my whole life in school and this and that. So I always ask, this is what I ask my kids, what you want to be when you grow up. They tell me one thing. I say, okay, what else? What else? What else? You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in a box. Open that box up and just keep your mind open to different things. You know what I'm saying? That's what helped me out, having a broad, you know, a multicultural group of friends. You know what I'm saying? I got to see different things and look at things from different perspectives. So I think it's good to be open-minded. You know what I'm saying?
And what I respect about it is you give them the liberty to choose what they want to be.
Right, yeah.
Because a lot of times parents raise their kids to be what they want them to be.
Yeah, or who they wasn't.
They want them to fulfill their purposes or opportunities that they missed out in life. You know what I mean? And I know, like, grown adults, you know what I'm saying, that are like, you know what, man, I just couldn't stand it. Even though I went to college and I was successful and it was the money, it's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted to do. But my parents always pushed me to go be a doctor or a lawyer or this or that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you just have to give your kids freedom, I think. You know what I'm saying? And give them that option. But as they growing up, challenge them. Put them in different situations and different.
But that teaches them independence, though, how to be an independent thinker, how to make decisions. You know, even as a youth, because so many parents believe that because I'm the parent, I just tell you what to do and you do what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? If you want the best for your kids, you got to share the wealth, share the power with them. You know what I'm saying? Give them the knowledge. You know?
Yeah, give them an opportunity to think for themselves.
And like you said, what you were telling me when you used to get disciplinary action, or if you used to impose disciplinary action, you would later explain to them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like parents, you know, me growing up, it was do what I tell you. Don't do what I do what I tell you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Do what I say.
And here it's like, you know, you explain, listen, this is why I've told you this is why I'm talking to you about that. And they can respect that. They can accept that. And they're gonna learn how to communicate in the future, you know, with people and express their feelings and their thoughts and emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely, man. That help out a lot, man. Just you know, sometimes you gotta sit back and let your kids be kids. You know, sometimes we put so much pressure on kids, it's like, I remember that pressure being the oldest, so I try not to do that to my son. You know what I'm saying? I try to give him the options. You know, but I tell you, you got to tell me the truth when we're talking. You know, but be truthful and be pure. You know, I allow him the time to express himself. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta be open minded, man. You know, and this is a whole different generation we dealing with. You know, these kids are so smart. They watching everything you do, even when you think they ain't watching. You feel me? So, you know, just make sure you're trying to do your best and lead by example, man. You know what I'm saying?
And what I notice about this younger generations is they value education, bro.
Oh, yeah,
know
they
what
all
I'm
into
saying?
it.
Like when I grew up, bro, like we ain't had time for school.
Right.
I dropped out in 9th grade because I gotta help moms take care of business. Plus, I'm off into the streets, so you know, I'm 15 years old and I'm taking on a whole lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Of being a grown ass man. You know, so, you know, I love to see, you know, where these future generations are today, where they value education.
Yeah.
You know, they
want to learn.
Yeah, their standards are different. Their expectations are different. Even one of the youth I was speaking to, he was like, listen, man, he was like, I'm trying to learn how to get paid just using my mind.
There you go.
You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
nothing wrong with that.
And I was like, damn, that's beautiful how humanity has evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like the new standard is, you know.
Yeah, use your mind. Get all that physical labor. I mean, you do what you got to do, but, you know, that's a newer way. Why put your body and your shit through that, you know what I'm saying, when you can figure out a way to use your mind to make millions, because people doing it every day. You know, coming up with a new way, a new business venture, something every day. Something's being.
I mean, they got to be doing something right, bro, because these young boys, they are caked up out here. I'm like, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm happy for them, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. I salute them, man, for sure, man.
But save it and invest it. Throw that one out there too. Though.
Yeah,
Save it and invest it. Make them investments too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Do your research so that money can compound interest. Look that up, young bloods. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to look into too. You know what I mean?
And if there's ever any subjects or topics that you guys would be interested in us speaking on, you know, feel free to reach out, comment, whatever it may be. Also, if you're interested in being a guest on this podcast, you could definitely reach out as well and let us know what you want to do, what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do for the audience, for the people, for the community, for society.
Yeah,
you know.
I hear you, man. That's dope. And you got to, man. We the ones changing this stuff, changing the cycle, changing it. And I don't know. You want to see change? Start with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's number one.
So, like, what's next for the kids now? You know, you've been instilling everything in them, like.
So for the kids, you know, football, baseball, basketball, you know, stuff like that. They want to do karate. You know, all that stuff.
Oh,
man.
yeah?
So,
Okay,
and
that's
then my
dope.
kids into they like the little mini bikes and the 4-wheelers. You know, I didn't open up. I ain't never had none of that. So now we got a little mini bike and we about to venture off and get a little 4-wheeler and all that. But, you know, I teach them safety first. That's number one. We putting the helmet on and all that. We ain't about to be
knee pads,
yeah,
all
everything, man. You know, my oldest boy, you know, he just so ready. He want to take off without the help, you know, but
taking them swimming,
all
you
that
know,
stuff.
just you know what I mean? Like it educates them, you know,
definitely.
and you know, and like you were saying, like people think in their lives, you know, and they think that this is it.
Yeah, it's not, bro. It's way more options.
Man, there was a point in my life where I thought that I was gonna die in prison. I was gonna stay there for the rest of my life because it became normal to me.
Right.
I learned to accept it, you know, and I had to fight for my own life and for my own freedom.
Yeah,
you
I hear
know,
you on that
to
one,
get
bro.
up out of there, man.
Good, you made it out that bitch, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Stowe man.
Good stuff, man. You hear me?
Yeah, for real, definitely.
So, when's the next season coming up for your kids?
We might do football in the spring. My oldest son want to do tackle, so I might do a little flag in the spring and then, or baseball in the spring, maybe tackle in the fall. We'll see how it goes. You know, this whole Corona thing and jacked everything up, so we kind of easing back into everything. But, you know, we still work out at the house. You know what I'm saying? I keep them active and stuff like that. You know, as kids, I know just having to get outside and be active, that's what they need. So, you know.
Well, definitely when it warms up, man,
Yeah.
I definitely want us to get back on the field.
Oh, yeah,
and
get
have
back
a
out there
good
with the
time.
baseball.
And it's so dope, man, because the kids are involved, the
Yep.
women are involved,
Yeah,
you know,
wives,
the cousins,
everybody.
the sisters, the
Everybody out
wives,
there playing.
everybody, all the fellas, and it's just so much fun, man.
Yeah.
And you just feel so good, so accomplished, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Be
it's a great
connected
feeling.
with your family, man. And you know, I was even thinking about putting a family reunion together this year, man.
That's
because
dope. You should,
I
man.
got family spread it out everywhere, man, and I kind of want to make Detroit the headquarters for a big family reunion.
It's
you
the
know?
spot, man. Do it. You
Yeah,
got it, man. You got it.
absolutely, man. So you brought something of sentimental value with you, right?
Yeah, yep. I brought this picture of my great grandma, man. She passed away in '96, but she was in my life all the way till I was 10. You know what I'm saying? And great granny stored some values in us too. You know what I'm saying? She helped us out a lot. You know, them butt whippings with them switches helped
Is
out.
this your mother's
This is my
mother?
mother's grandmother. So this is my great grandma.
Oh, it's your great.
This is my great grandma. You know
okay.
what I'm saying? So, you know, I got an opportunity to meet her and live with her and be around her, you know, for that short period of time, but it's definitely lasted a lifetime on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I brought a picture of my grandma. You want me to put it in the camera? How you want to put it?
Yeah, go ahead. Show it to the camera so the people can see.
See that there?
And what was her name?
Grandma Susie Lawson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She was from Montgomery, Alabama. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
So do you remember anything that she ever taught you?
you know, I spent a lot of time with my great granny. I used to go to the store for her. You know, she just taught me how to be responsible. You know, she used to my mom would give us chores, but she'd do the chores for us and let us go outside and play. So just that love and just that caring, you know, granny was dope. You know what I'm saying? She made sure we had what we needed, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she could do, I remember the last thing she bought me was a bike for my 10th birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The blue Huffy, the Royal
Damn,
Blue
I feel
joint.
like we all got bikes at our
Yeah,
10th
yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
And it got a Huffy
The
too.
blue Huffy, that boy was royal blue. Even when she passed, I held on to that bike forever, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't hold it no more, but you know.
They were just the pillars, man.
Yeah,
of the families, bro. And
definitely.
you know, after a lot of our ancestors and our grandparents done passed away, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were lost, you know, scrambling for unity or just you don't realize how much of an impact.
That's that glue. That's when grandparents are, that glue to the family. You know what I'm saying?
And my mother, so when my grandfather and my grandparents passed away, it's like they passed that torch on to my mother, you know what I'm saying? But now my mother's getting older now, and I feel like, you know, she's passing that torch to me, you know what I mean? And I'm okay with that because, you know, I love what I do, man. I love my family. I love friendship. I love growth. I love progression. And I love God. You know what I'm saying? And I feel blessed daily, bro.
Definitely.
You know what I'm
we
saying?
here, man. Every day above ground is a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So take advantage, even on your bad days. Take advantage of it, man. Get yourself out that rut and pick yourself up. You're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I just, you know, I look at problems like projects, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because there's a lot of people, man, they live their life in distress, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, life can be cruel, life can be tough, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, my mother, she always taught me, you know, only the strong survive. So, you know, my interpretation of that when I was younger was about brute strength. It had to be about dominance. It had to be about being macho. But, you know, as I grew up, I realized that only the strong survive just meant, you know, being mentally strong, being spiritual inclined, you know what I'm saying, to be able to move forward, to have an open mind and a new perspective on life and gratitude and just being in tune with everything and being respectful to everything.
Definitely. Yeah, you respect yourself, you're going to respect everything around you. You know what I mean?
So listen, man, we at the part of the show, man, where we're gonna let you go ahead and sign the Wall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Put your name on the wall. Matter of fact, both of y'all can put y'all name on the wall. Brother. You know what I'm saying? You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, you know it. That's what I tell them. There's no B without the A. You hear me?
You hear me? Say it again, and you better know it.
That's it, baby. So
yeah, but man, listen, season 2, man, we're looking for. I got a whole line all the way up to what, March, April already of good guests coming up, man. So I want you guys to definitely stay tuned. We got good messages, a lot of good information, a lot of good knowledge we're going to share to you. So please continue to support us. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to level up in this thing for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, I got a purpose in life and I'm on a mission and this is part of it. But I need your guys' help and participation to help me level up in this, man. Because, you know, we're trying to reach everybody we can. So we're going to get these brothers to go sign the wall.
Sign this wall.
Come on in, we over here for free.
Hold up, son, word.
Yeah, what's up? We at Lit Music Entertainment Studios. We all the way live. We at the El Nino podcast, you know. We got BA, we got Blake Avery, they in the house, they tagging up the walls, you know how we do out there in the neighborhood. But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate everybody's participation, man. Everybody love, all the love, everybody sharing, everybody subscribing. You know, pick up them Lit Music Entertainment t-shirts too, man. Them are on deck. And sometime this summer, I'm gonna come up with some merch too. I'm gonna get on Jose's heads. But listen, you guys stay tuned, man, for next Monday at 8. We're going to have Southwest Poe here. He's going to do a performance. Yeah, so much love to y'all, man. Everybody stay safe. Sending a big hug for y'all, man. This is how we do it at Real Everyday